Hi, welcome to my channel, Danette Gets Creative. I'm Danette. Check out this find I just got at the local thrift store. $3 for all of these wools, embroidery threads, and flosses. And it's perfect because I wanted a different variety of browns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull apart these threads, these wools, these embroidery flosses, and I'm cutting them in about a 15-inch length. I'm using different thicknesses, different colors. I want to be able to create a variety of color in this one little chunk of wool, threads, whatever, fibers. I'm cutting about 12 to 15 strands. I didn't take the time to count, but I'm guessing it was about 12 to 15 strands. And what I'm going to do with these strands is I'm going to twist them together and use them to outline the trunk of the tree and then to go along and create the branches at the top. So you'll notice that in the background I've lightly sketched the outline of the tree and the branches. I used one of those friction pens where once you hit it with heat, it will disappear. So you'll see at the end that I do have a finished photo, and there is still some lines in the background that I haven't quite got the heat to yet, but they will be disappearing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to even up my ends, giving it a little twist, and then I'm getting ready, and I'll just move up here, then I'm getting ready to attach this bunch of thread, wools, fibers to the canvas. So at the beginning here it is a little bit difficult because all the way around the canvas there's that 1-inch frame, and you're trying to wiggle your needle in between the canvas and the wood. The other challenge I have, as you'll see, is I bump the camera a few times too, and I set you guys off to a little jiggle there. But if you can be patient and stick with it, once you get through this tricky part here where you have to get the needle between the canvas and the wood, once you get past this part, it's actually quite easy because in the middle of the canvas, it's just the open canvas bit. So I'm just touching down the bottom bit of this tree, kind of the rooty part of the tree. And you'll see here in a moment that I'm just going to give it a little twist to try to wind all the colors together. And I'm holding it in place, and I'm following the outline that I have created for the trunk of the tree. A little twist, holding it, getting between that canvas and the wood. I guess couching down this big chunk of threads and fibers I have here. As I get up into the tree and the branches become the focus, what I do is I divide and separate this big bit of wool into thinner usable wool so that I can go down each branch. I can veer off where I want to. When I finish off each branch, you'll know here in a minute that I use a fray stop glue. I'm sure Fabri-Tac glue or even just white school glue, a little dot of it would also be helpful. And I'm only putting it at the end of each of the branches just because I end up cutting off and stopping the chunks of thread there, the chunks of fiber, and I don't want them to fray. So here I am, easy part through the canvas where there is no wood frame, twisting it and then couching it down. The only reason why I'm twisting it is to get more of that variegated look, getting some more of those colors to show up. And you're going to see here in a moment that I'm going to separate some of the threads apart so that I can go different ways with the branches. I just did a little double stitch there because it was easier to hold it in place if you do a couple extra stitches in one spot, because I knew I was getting ready to come around this kind of corner area here, this rounded area, and I didn't want it to slip out. So here I am separating into two branches, And then I even separate these 2 branches into smaller branches. So I hope you're enjoying this 4 seasons project. I had asked my daughter what she thought might be some good ideas for projects, and she said, why don't you make a tree? Or why don't you make trees that show the 4 seasons? Well, this is where my brain took me. Down the canvas road where I'm going to use embellishments in each one of those sections to create the fall, the summer, the spring, and the winter. So I guess my homework between now and the next time I put up a video will be to collect things that I can use for embellishments, whether that's lace, fabric, buttons, beads, sequins, whatever I can find. And when I find those things, I'll make sure to show you some of the things I have, and then I will embellish each season on the tree. So I hope you're enjoying this. It's definitely a different step from just stitching on fabric, but it's fun. If you don't want to do the canvas and you don't want to do all these steps, you could totally do this on fabric as well. So I hope you're enjoying this. I hope to give it a go. Hope you're going to have a beautiful tree. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.